I'm not exactly sure where to go next with this because, like I said, there's a lot of details and this took place over a long period of time. What I can say is that after I had this discussion with Jennifer, she was nicer to me and she trusted me more because she could hear my voice. And I heard her voice, and, well, she doesn't sound anything like Freddie Lounds. I mean, she claims that she does. Like, if you were to have talked to her back then, she would claim that she looks exactly like Freddie Lounds and that she talks like her and she acts like her and all this stuff. But she never did.
It's good to see you again, Will. Let me rephrase that. It's good to see you in here, where you belong.
Then there was a point where I was kind of trying to, like, suck up to her, I guess. And Jennifer had this whole thing with art and artwork and any sort of, like, fan artistry that happened in the Hannibal fandom, especially if it was fan art of her character or, well, she believed to be herself. And I knew this because it was really obvious, plus the fact that people had complained to me personally about how Jennifer would go to, like, different artist blogs and she would tell them that if they did custom commissions for her, she would post them in exchange for exposure. So she basically wanted them all to work for free. Now, some of the people fell for this, and I kind of feel bad for them, but a lot of the people did not, and that's why they were complaining to me. They were saying that she expected people to work for no money and for exposure, and her blog wasn't even really that popular, and all of this stuff, so they didn't like her. A lot of people didn't like her. They just couldn't really say it publicly because then they'd be attacked, because she did have quite a lot of followers, and that was sort of the problem when it came to standing up to her or anything that she was doing. I think I was the only person to ever publicly speak out about this, which is part of the problem. Anyway, so I had this friend, and I only ever refer to them as Sam, and they did art, and they were doing art in the Hannibal fandom at the time, and I asked them if they'd be willing to do something with Freddie or whatever to send to Jennifer at her blog, TattleCrime.com. And then I told Jennifer about this, and Jennifer was, like, really excited, and she's very happy about it. And so my friend Sam kind of got pulled into this group with me and was doing art with me. This isn't off topic because this kind of plays into how I got so intertwined with this that I couldn't leave when I wanted to, because I knew kind of from the start that something was off about this woman. I didn't think that it was as bad as I eventually found out, but, like, I didn't really like her. She was very annoying, and she expected me and Sam and everybody else in the group to be at her beck and call 24/7. So if she said, get on Skype right now, we're having a voice chat, you were expected to do that. And if you didn't do that, like, immediately, you were basically ostracized from the group. Like, you had to be part of this when she wanted, however she wanted, even really late at night into the early hours of the morning, even when all of us had jobs and she knew we had to work and she knew there was a time difference. She would keep people up till like 3, 4, 5 a.m. and she would talk about mostly nothing. And I'm not exaggerating at all. Like, she would talk about perfumes and towels and curtains and decorations that she wanted to get for her house. There were several times that I put her on mute and went and did something else and came back maybe 15, 20 minutes later, and she was just still talking about nonsense and didn't even know that I had gone somewhere else. Like, that's how much she talked, and that's how into herself she was, and it was never in character as she claimed. It had nothing to do with the show or Freddie Lounds or anything like that. And it was just terrible.
Hey, DLC, want to tattle to me about the tooth fairy? I can make it worth your while. Not enough? I understand. I can up the ante.
So I was part of this group because of Sam. And I want to make it clear that I'm not blaming Sam for anything. Like, I don't think that Sam is the problem or the reason that I got attacked or that I was harassed or anything. Sam is a completely innocent party in this as well. All I'm saying is that because I was friends with Sam in real life and things like that, and I knew Sam before the events of this, I was kind of like pulled into it, like, because we were all in a group. And when it came to this TattleCrime thing, she had people that she would call her staff. But what she really meant was the cult that surrounded her, because these people were very like indoctrinated into what she was doing and playing along with her. As I said before, I don't know if they actually believed that they were these reincarnations of these characters, or if they were just playing along because they were afraid of her, or she was manipulative, or whatever. But they did act in character. And by that I mean the same kind of in character that Jennifer acted. Like, they were themselves pretty much, but they also did what Jennifer told them to do, and they behaved in a way that Jennifer thought that these characters behaved.
So, we called you because we kind of have this new way to report, and we kind of want to pitch it to you.
Alright.
So, like, headlines in song.
In song?
In song.
In song.
It wasn't accurate to canon at all. So she was doing something which was, I guess you could refer to it as god modding. And that's a situation in roleplay where one person in the group dictates the rules for everybody else and doesn't let them play their own character. Like, they control every aspect of every single character, and they are, you know, god of the group. And these people all just put up with it. They just did whatever she told them to do. They acted however she wanted them to act. Characters were never in character. They were just whatever Jennifer was telling them to do or telling them to say. And if they didn't listen, then they got in trouble for it. There was this other artist in the group named Lauren, who had been doing stuff for TattleCrime.com for a long time and doing it for free. Now, Lauren's artwork, I have never seen anything more beautiful in like fandom art, because the level of talent that this girl had is just unbelievable. And the fact that Jennifer like groomed her and love bombed her and manipulated her and like did what she did is just insane for the level of talent that Lauren had. One of the ways she got people to do free artwork for her was because, like I said in my first video, she claimed that she was official to the network, that she knew all these production people, and if people did stuff for her for free, she could get them connections with the show. She also did this whole thing where she would do giveaway contests where she would say that she was giving away merchandise from the show, like signed scripts or Funko dolls or something. And then she would already have the winners picked out before she did the competition. And I know this because at one point when she was doing a signed script giveaway, she asked me if I wanted to be one of the winners. And then there was another point where other people on her quote-unquote staff were told that they weren't going to get paid actual money, but they would be allowed to win a giveaway. More or less, this was just like a scam to promote herself. She already knew the winners before she ever did any of her giveaways. And then she just pretended like these people randomly won. But in actuality, all of this stuff that she was giving away was a contest that was pre-planned so she could pay these artists and also act like she had direct connections to the show and she could get this exclusive merchandise, which wasn't true either. Jennifer, that was kind of like how she did things and how she manipulated people, was like she would promise them things that she didn't know that she could promise, and she would never pay anybody anything. And any money that came into the site via donations went into her pocket. It never went to the artists. It never went to anybody else, even though she claimed that's what was going on. And the reason why this is so sad is because of how talented Lauren was and how much she was taken advantage of by Jennifer. Lauren was very guarded by Jennifer. Like, if I wanted to talk to her at all, like Skype or a message on Tumblr or even voice chat. Like, I had to be approved by Jennifer first. And Jennifer would have to read whatever message I was going to send her. And Jennifer would have to approve whatever message Lauren sent back. And Lauren was just okay with this, I guess. Because like I said, she'd already gotten into Lauren's back pocket before I ever met her. And she had Lauren kind of believing that nobody else liked her or would care about her, and that Jennifer was the only person in the universe that would ever love her and care about her and all of this stuff. Jennifer had access to all of these blogs, so she could post on them if she wanted, and she could approve whatever. And it wasn't just Lauren. Like I said, there was another girl in the group named Roxy. There was her existing partner, Hannibal. And there was Lauren, there was me, and there was Sam. There was some other people at certain points, but these people, well, they eventually left because they kind of realized what a scam artist Jennifer was, and they got fed up with her bullshit. And I was kind of in the same boat here because I knew that none of this was right, and what she was doing was absolutely horrible, and in some cases not even legal, because you can't rig giveaway contests like that. I wanted to leave because I thought it was crazy. I hated being up at all hours and being tired at work, and it was just like a nightmare. But because Sam was in this group of artists and doing artwork for TattleCrime.com, and Sam wanted me to be polite and just give Jennifer a chance, I did. And slowly, Sam was starting to realize the same things that I was, that Jennifer was kind of out of her mind, that she was controlling, she was manipulative, all this stuff. Jennifer had promised Sam that if Sam did this artwork for Brian Fuller's birthday, that it would definitely be seen by Brian Fuller, and that Jennifer herself was in contact with these people, and she knew where to send all this artwork, and she was going to send it directly to him. And for Sam and several other artists who were told this was a huge opportunity for them. I wanted to tell Jennifer off, like, basically all the time. I wanted her to stop texting me all the time. I didn't want to have to answer to her. I didn't want to have to participate in these calls or anything. But Sam was like, you know, I'm a big fan of Brian Fuller's, and I would really like this opportunity if you could just put up with her for a little bit longer. I promise as soon as she sends in the artwork, I'm done talking to her as well, because I don't like her. And I was like, okay, it's not going to take that long. Sam will finish this artwork, then I can tell her off, and then that will be the end of it. But obviously, it didn't happen that way, if I'm telling this story right now. And it gets a lot worse than you can probably imagine.